What's up, everyone? I am leaving the wonderful Bojangles and heading up to RPM Motorsports. If you could see, I got the bigs and littles in the back seat here because the bed of the truck is loaded up with furniture. I'm currently moving out, but I like doing these videos where we just talk about something more specifically racing or something to do with racing. So today I get a lot of questions about like what all is going on with my car at the start line, mainly about why my car is like rocking and shaking and like jumping forward at the line. So what that is the bump box, and that's what I'm gonna talk to you guys about today. Exactly what is the bump box and what does it do? At the drag strip and you go to stage, you have a pre-stage light which kind of activates the tree, lets the tree know that, you know, we got someone about ready to go. So normally when you race it, if there's two people going down, you don't like to double bulb someone. That's when you just pull right into the full stage and then you'd grab the trans brake and you just sit there. So what you do is you pull into the pre-stage, wait for the other guy to pull in the pre-stage. From there, you can like pull forward, or you can wait for them to pull in and then go in. Once one person is in the full stage beams, you have 7 seconds on a pro tree, which is what I normally race. You have 7 seconds to get in to full stage, and then the tree will drop. That's pretty much what goes on at the start line. So a turbo car, you have to build boost, and there's a couple ways you could do it, but the way that I do it is I grab the trans brake when I'm in the pre-stage, and I do that, and then I floor it. RPMs go up, I get on the two-step wherever it's set, and then from there you'll see me hit a button on my like center console, and when I hit it with my hand, that's hitting the bump box. So what that is, the bump box is a delay for the trans brake. So it literally opens up the trans brake and closes it real quick, right? And all the trans brake is, you're putting the transmission in first and reverse, and you're putting power to it. So you put like a little bit of load on the motor, and essentially what you're doing is getting the car ready to take off as hard as you can. And on a turbo car, it's adjustable by like how much boost you run on the line and what your two-step is set at, so you can control how hard you leave. But the bump box allows you to get ready, and then once you're set, to bump in. So you'll always notice when I race, I like to go in last. So I'll pull in the pre-stage whenever, wait for the other guy to pull in the pre-stage, I'll let him go full stage, I'll grab the button, I'll get up on the two-step, and then from there, I'll bump in. Now, if you saw the video with Ben's car, Ben doesn't have a two-step on his car, so he foot braked it in. Pulled up into the pre-stage, got set, brake boosted with his left foot. So he grabs the brake with his left foot, gets on the gas, starts bringing the RPMs up, the boost starts coming up, and then he creeps forward, and as soon as he gets into the bulb for the full stage, grabs the button. So then he's off the brake and he's good to go. So with me, the bump box makes it easy because I've only been down the track like 12 times with that setup, and there's a lot, I mean, for me, it's a lot different than leaving in a manual car. A manual car, you just, if your car has two-step, you floor it once you're in the full stage, and then you drop the clutch, and you just creep forward. There's no, you don't have to wait to build boost. So for my car, you have to build boost. But I'm lucky, I have a pretty large turbo, but it doesn't take that long to get up on the two-step. Now you'll see some guys that'll go and they'll grab the trans brake and they'll floor it, and they'll start building boost, and it takes forever for them to get up on the two-step. But once they're on the two-step, they bump in, they let go, and they're out of there. That's like they either have a real tight converter or the two-step set real high. So for me, what I like is that I'm able to grab the button, I get up on the two-step, a second, maybe two, and then from there I bump in. And the longer that you stay on that two-step, the more pressure you can put on that gate, and you can make more boost off the line, or you can make your desired boost. You'll see in the when I first ran, if you watch the video when I first took the car to the track when we ran on wastegate, the first pass we had the two-step set very low. As soon as I grabbed that button and floored it, I'm almost instantly up on the two-step. And then as we made it go higher, it took a little bit longer, which is fine. Personally, I think I like having it where it doesn't automatically get up on the two-step because I feel kind of rushed in the car. I wouldn't say that I'm not uncomfortable in the car, but I'm still a little on edge when I'm in it. You know, I just want to make sure everything's going good and I'm not hurting anything. But I guess you can't plan to do that every single time. So the two-step is mainly on turbo cars, you see it, and they bump into the beams. Now you could also do this in drive-thrus and parking lots. In my driveway, it's all been, I have two-steps in all of those areas. It's utterly useless, but it's kind of fun. The issue with my car has with the bump box is it likes to rock in the beams. So you'll see, if you notice the tree, when I bump in, the first bump will get me into the full stage, and then I might rock out of it. So I normally bump twice, but then when I bump twice, I rock through. So I deep stage, essentially. A deep stage is when you're pulling into the stage beam and that pre-stage light goes off. So that means you rolled out of it, which is completely fine, but I mean, you want to be consistent. You don't want to worry about bumping through, you know, or essentially red lighting. If you bump too many times and you go out of the stage, or you rock in the beams and the tree starts to drop and you pull out of the beam, that's a red light. So what I have to do, which I haven't done yet, is just gently grab the brakes as I bump in to prevent that rock back. And you could set the different things. I use a Davis Industries bump box. I'll get the specs for it. I don't even know. Honestly, I'm not going to even say what kind it is, like what model of Davis Industries bump box it is, because I have no idea. But you can set how coarse and rough it bumps. So you can maybe have it so you hit it once and it takes one big jump, or you could hit it 3 times and it takes 3 little jumps. But the bump box is very helpful because it makes it a lot easier on the driver. You know, you get up on the two-step and you bump in, and you'll see, like, you guys watch Street Outlaws, all those guys, they bump in. They don't, all the turbo cars, they bump in. You don't see them like roll. They don't see them roll in. They normally don't foot brake in. They're normally up on the two-step, especially if you're running a lot of boost off the line, because it's hard to hold that boost on the foot brake. It likes to creep forward, and especially if you're foot braking it forward, there's a chance that you can go through and then there's a red light. I think the bump box is I think every turbo car that has a trans brake should have one. From racing on a Pro Tree standpoint, as like a grudge car, it's very helpful because you don't want to waste a lot of time once you pull in those beams. As soon as you're in those beams, you want to be ready to go. You know, as soon as you go full stage, you better get ready to let go of that button. You don't want to pull in and grab the button and be like, hold on, I'm building the boost, because that tree's going to go without you, and that guy next to you is going to be halfway down the track by the time you let go. But if you notice me, I get in the car and I'm just so excited I can't get myself to hold my head against the headrest. I always have my head here, so when I bump, I'm like, because it bumps pretty hard, you know. Essentially, you're getting ready to leave when you bump in. The car's already up on the two-step and you're ready to go. It's Trebo. If you have a transmission with a trans brake and you don't have one in your turbo car, I would recommend it just from experience. If I didn't have it, I would be struggling at the line all the time. And if you have a turbo car that doesn't have a trans brake and you foot brake it, I'm sorry. I think it's time for you to upgrade. I hope you guys enjoy these kind of videos. If you want to see like a specific type of video, please drop a comment below. I appreciate that, and I'm open to try new ones. Like, I like doing the vlogs, but I also enjoy these. I just like talking about racing, you know? So if I can, drive somewhere and I'm heading somewhere and hey, I'll bring the camera and talk about racing a little bit, you know, I'm going to do that. But they could be a little bit of work sometime, and I'm working on this video for the Camaro before and after, which I hope is going to be sweet. And yeah, so if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all you guys that subscribe and watch, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.